Well, 2006, the last time Southampton reached the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup. They have a chance to do it again tonight, away at a Preston North End side, who are also looking to make history this evening by reaching the semi-finals themselves. Live coverage at Deepdale as the players come out onto the pitch, and it's a biggie. Some big wins for both sides to get to this stage of the competition, and strong looking lineups for both sides. Southampton and Preston North End both winning 3-2 in the previous round to progress through to the last 8. Saints beating Fulham in the end by 3-2, and they got off to a cracking start, 3-0 up inside the first quarter of an hour, and despite 2 late goals from Fulham, it was certainly nervy, but Saints held on, and now they've got a chance to get to the semi-finals. And the winners will play West Ham United away. That's the incentive to get through to the semi-finals. And we are live here on the Saints FC Facebook page, club website, YouTube channel, and also a very good evening if you're watching on the Preston North End YouTube channel tonight as well. So we're just minutes away from kick-off, and this is how the teams look. Southampton have got Mohamed in goal, a back four of Sonny Davis, who was so good in the previous round, the fullback, the son of goalkeeper Calvin Davis, and Magoma is the left back. Hewlett's the captain tonight at the back with Armitage, who had those 2 senior appearances at Cheltenham before joining Southampton. Dibbling and Amo Amayo out wide, Andrews and Bragg in the middle, and Ballard and Doyle up front. Well, Dibbling, Doyle and Ballard will be interesting to see how those 3 get on tonight. That will be a strong front 3 this evening, and all 3 caused so much problems against Fulham in the previous round as well. As for Preston North End, then they've got Davis in goal, a back four of Wallbank, Taylor, Best and Slater at the back, Siri and Rodriguez Gentile out wide. Now he's one to look out for. He scored 5 goals in 1 game alone earlier on in the campaign. Their FA Youth Cup win against Rotherham, he scored 5, the Brazilian. Arrived from Sao Paulo in 2021 with his family, moved to Liverpool, and big things expected of him, even being linked with Manchester United and Liverpool recently. Mwene in the middle with Kamara, and Crossadere up front with Nelson. Preston North End substitutes: Wilkinson, Pusiek, Eccleston, Horan, Wilson, Pemberton and Havard. And Saints substitutes as well are Jeffries, Lett, Squires, Sefian Eramune, Chavez Munoz, Merry and Higgs. Looking forward to this one then tonight. Should be a biggie. And when you look back, we're talking about 2006 with Southampton. Some really big names ended up playing against Ipswich in the final. Martin Craney, David McGoldrick, Nathan Dyer, Theo Walcott and Leon Best among the players, and Adam Lallana, who started in 2 of those legs. And also on the substitutes bench was an unused sub at the time, a certain Gareth Bale, who was a left back and never actually came onto the pitch, and wonder what happened to him. So the referee tonight is about to blow his whistle to get this match underway. It's Aaron Jackson, as well as refereeing in the youth games. He's also a referee in the National League, 18 games in the National League this season with 4 red cards, 51 yellow cards. His last game was was at Gateshead last week. It's a big one, this one then, for both sides. And just a reminder, if things stay level at the end of this game, we will be heading for extra time and penalties. But will one of these 2 sides get the job done tonight after 90 minutes? So here we go then. Preston North End coming forward already here with a challenge on this right hand side from the ever tenacious Davis. Always enthusiastic, always positive, and great to speak to him after the game against Fulham. Such a good talker as well. Slater to take the throw for the home side. Nelson gives the ball away. Now here's Doyle, who scored one and set one up against Fulham in the previous round, but can't quite keep the ball in play there. Well, Manchester United are the current holders of the FA Youth Cup. They won it last season against Nottingham Forest in front of more than 60,000 supporters at Old Trafford in the final. They're also the most successful club in the competition, winning it 11 times. Back from Armitage. And then Hewlett. Back to Mohammed in the Southampton goal. Owene out wide. Out left from Bragg, but given away. Kamara out to Siri. Saints last season, they were actually knocked out the first hurdle in the third round last season. They lost 1-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday in December of 2021. A goal from Kadamatri, the son of Danny, with the only goal of the game there in the first half. Decent challenge, that one from Slater. Jacob Slater, who can play as a left winger or as a left wing back, is certainly plays a big part in their attacks, even when he comes forward from that left back position. Also played a big part in their win last season in the EFL Youth Alliance Cup final when they beat Luton by 4-1. Davis with a throw. Back from Bragg. Andrews wins the free kick. So big night for both teams. Big night for the Preston North End Academy manager Nick Harrison, who's been there for a number of years now, looking to guide his side to the semi-finals of the competition. Thrown in from Wallbank. Good play from Armitage, stood up to the situation and wins the free kick. Saying about his experience at Cheltenham before joining Southampton, a couple of appearances in the Papa John's Trophy for them, once against Chelsea Under-21s and then against Exeter. And he is a real presence at the back for Southampton, that's for sure. As Bragg Hewlett back to Mohammed in the Southampton goal. There's Dibbling. Oh, brilliant from Dibbling. Doyle. This is the first chance of the evening, and it's Dibbling might finish here. Oh, and it's a brilliant save. It really is. Well, they move through the gears there, and all the credit there has to go to Tyler Dibbling. Not once, but twice. Made it look so easy there. The nutmeg on the first occasion. Intelligent play as well from Doyle, unselfishly laying it back with the square pass. And they so nearly took the lead there in the early stages, looking to get out the traps quickly, just like they did against Fulham a few weeks ago. Swung in from Doyle. That's dealt with that time, though, from the goalkeeper Davis. Good competition in goal with him and James Pradich, the other Preston North End goalkeeper, the son of ex-footballer Steve Davis as well. He commanded his area well there. Hewlett gets there the second time. Magoma. Mulwenny out to Siri. Wins a throw. Great movement that was there, though, from Tyler Dibbling. Could be mistaken, couldn't he, for Jack Grealish with his socks rolled down and his hair. But if he ends up being a £100 million player like Jack Grealish, he'll be quite pleased with that. But great play from him to set up Southampton's first opportunity and the first chance of the night, and they might get another one now. Here's Doyle. Amo Amayo just about can't keep it in play that time, but good football nonetheless. Positive start then for Southampton at Deepdale. Andrews out to Magoma. Well, Manchester City are still to play Oxford United. That's next week. In the other quarter-finals, the winner of that will go to Arsenal in the other semi-final. 6 teams left in the competition. 2 of them meet tonight. Amoa Mayo goes left. Magoma. Bragg. Good play up to Doyle. Corner kick. Second corner of the game for Southampton. Ballard and Dibbling are the 2 furthest forward. From Doyle. Comes back to Davis. Davis is fouled here and he's going to win a free kick in a dangerous position. And I think he might fancy this one as well. He certainly does by the looks of it. Well, it was Hewlett who won the header. Davis is pushed over and he says that's mine. Dibbling might want to argue with him as well, and Doyle. I think he's convinced him to move a little bit further back so Doyle can take the free kick. Saints have started off positively here then so far tonight. And Preston, who beat Rotherham at home, and then their away games at Gillingham and Luton to progress to this stage of the competition. They've got some defending to do here. Amoa Mayo is the other one who stands over it. It's going to be Kamari Doyle. Oh, and that is absolutely sublime. Take a bow, Kamari Doyle. What a finish. The goalkeeper was left with no chance. And a huge, huge step for Southampton to potentially progress through to the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup for the first time in 17 years. But a long, long way to go. But what a start Saints have made here. Superb. You knew as soon as he hit it that was heading in as well with a left foot. Kamari Doyle, absolutely beautiful finish from him. And we've seen him do it so many times in the past. In fact, he practices his free kicks so many times during training. He's also had sessions with James Ward-Prowse in the past, and you can tell it's certainly paid off tonight. And if ever you're going to come on and deliver in that kind of position with a free kick like that, it is in the quarter-finals of the FA Youth Cup. What a great start for Saints, who, again, still early on, obviously, but the way they've played, it's been a well-deserved early lead. This kick there from Bragg. And a chance on. Here's a penalty area there from Cross-Adair. Friendly Cross-Adair, he knows where the back of the net is as well. 8 goals for him last season. Hard working forward. He's also a Preston North End supporter as well growing up. And the cross came in there from Siri. And Rodriguez Gentile can't get there. Mohammed does for Southampton. Dibbling. Lovely football here. Here's Doyle again, who scored once. Can he turn provider? A decent challenge there from Taylor. Certainly on the Preston North End website. Giving him lots of praise, Taylor, as certainly one of the fittest players in the team. And he got back there to make the challenge. All Southampton so far looking to extend their lead. This would give them a real cushion. Dibbling, Doyle. Well, they're free scoring, Southampton, and they're carrying on as they left off last season. They scored 80 goals in the league. And they failed to score in only 3 games last season, and they've got a very similar record this season. The last time they were in action, they picked up a good 1-0 win away at West Bromwich Albion, an own goal on 76 minutes from Olafin Yana. Dibbling with a heavy touch, he might try and win the ball back, he might win the free kick, and he does. Davis. Squared from Taylor, and then out of play. So 2 goals from Ballard and 1 from Doyle. And here is Ballard, saw Saints progress, and it's been a big 24 hours from him, having come off the bench against Grimsby last night, the senior team. Here's Siri. Away from Andrews, here's Dibbling again. Puts Ballard away. He's got Doyle to his right. He finds Doyle. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, and he just couldn't find the finish. Linking up really well again there with Dibbling, Ballard and Doyle. And again, so much is stemming again from Tyler Dibbling in the middle of the park. And there's Ballard, who's already scored 5 times in the competition this season with the assist. Or trying to provide an assist there at least, but here come Preston North End now. Here's Mawene. Amora Mayor. And Dibbling. Doyle. Amora Mayor. Here's Crossadare. And there's Slater with the challenge. Preston North End, they lost 4-1 at home to Accrington Stanley in their last game in the league, but they are currently 4th in the table. 25 points from 15 games. Fleetwood currently top the table. We're on the Saints FC Facebook page, YouTube club website, and also on the Preston North End YouTube channel tonight as well. And a goal from Doyle separating the two sides. And it was a beautiful goal as well. It was a peach, free kick. Crossadare tries to win it off Bragg. He does. Not going to get it past Hewlett though, and the skipper gets it away. Wallbank. One back from Bragg. Here's Amora Mayor. Here's Doyle. Dibbling makes the run. Bragg plays it square there to Andrews. Andrews just gives the ball away on that occasion. Here's Slater. Siri goes down. Oh, and he's given. He points to the spot. It's a penalty to the home side. It was a good run from Siri, and it's a chance for them to get back to 1-1. About 10 minutes after Saints took the lead. A foul there from Bragg. The referee was quick to point to the spot. And now it is Crossadare, who said he can score some goals. He's got a chance, perhaps, to take it from the penalty spot, but he's going to leave it for Mawene to take instead. Noah Mawene has the chance here to make it 1-1, and he does in style. It was a good penalty, and we're nearly halfway through the first half now, and all of a sudden it's all square again. Well, Noah Mawene there makes no mistake whatsoever. The son of the Preston North End legend Yul Mawene. Big things expected of him. And he kept his cool there in a nervy situation. And we are back level again. been involved with the first team in some respects as well. Noah Maweni's made a cameo appearance in pre-season year before last against Bamber Bridge, where he scored 1 and set 2 up. He's got on the score sheet there. Here's Davis. Ballard's going to keep it in play. So, can Saints regain the lead here straight away? Saints come into this one in good form as well. They've picked up 13 points from 6 games in the league. 4 wins, a draw and a defeat. As well as their excellent run in the cup competition. Doyle and Amoa Mayor. The two stood over the ball. It's going to be Doyle with a free kick. Amoa Mayor back to Magoma. Doyle. Oh, and it nearly found the head there of Hewlett. It was well defended by Slater. FA Youth Cup quarter-finals, 1-1. Saints taking the lead through Doyle. Preston equalising from the penalty spot. Oh, and just couldn't quite find the finish there, Dibbling. Well, a good opportunity again for Saints, who have created the more opportunities. There's no doubt about that so far tonight. Here's Mawani. Good defending from Hewlett. And here's Andrews. Dibbling. Doyle. Dibbling again. Well, Saints were so close last season to booking a place in the UEFA Youth League, which they could have been involved in, which should have been great for their developments. But it was Manchester City who won their playoff final against Saints last season. It was the winners of the North and the South met each other. But a great campaign from Saints last season to finish top of the pile. They've got a corner here, which Doyle will take once more. Punch clear from Davis. Andrews. Siri does well there, the Preston winger. Well, what a free kick. And how many times has he done that as well at youth level? Kamaru Doyle. That was the opener. And about 10 minutes later, that was the equaliser as a result of the foul in the penalty area. Well, when he did the rest, absolutely no chance of Mohammed in the Southampton goal. Here's Magoma. Saints' first win of the season came back in September, a 3-0 win at home to Chelsea. Davis was on the score sheet that day, Sonny Davis, with Morgan scoring twice as well. Here's Slater. Plays it forward to Nelson. Kamara's fouled. Switched out wide from Best. So this time it's going to go the other way. Siri with the North End throw. Or Wenny. Gomez had a solid game so far at left back for Southampton tonight. Adamoah Mayo was just tackled there from Mwenny. Half an hour gone. There's Kamara. But got enough on it there, Hewlett to Armitage. Armitage to Davis. There is Dibbling, who had that spell at Chelsea after 10 years at Southampton, back at the club now. Been capped up to England under-18 level as well, Tyler Dibbling. Ballard. Away from Taylor. There's Andrews. Adamoah Mayo, great play there. That's Bragg, just gives it away there though. Mwenny. He helped his team out brilliantly there, Magoma. Cameron Bragg was a real consistent player for Southampton in the midfield, virtual ever present as well. Good passer of the ball. Magoma. No foul, says the referee. Headed away from Armitage. Hewlett clears. Taylor switches left. Here's Slater. Hewlett just miskicked it, but Saints get away with that one. Now here's Doyle. Driving forward. Challenge from Best. Wallbank with a cross, dealt with well from Mohammed in the Southampton goal. So 18 points from 13 games for Saints so far this season in the PL Under-18s South. They're 7th at the moment. They've won 5, drawn 3 and lost 5. A long trip up here on a Thursday night for this FA Youth Cup quarter-final clash here. We're pleased to stream live on the Saints FC Facebook page and club website and YouTube channel, as well as the Preston North End YouTube channel this evening. Here are the home side. Tried to feed it through from Rodriguez Gentile. Here's Dibbling. The head there of Armitage, who plays it back towards Mohammed. Goalkeeper is from Jordan, who described their win against Coventry earlier in the season as one of the best experiences he's had in the FA Cup. That was after that game. I think he's probably been surpassed now since those 2 wins since then. Well, there was late drama in December against Coventry when Saints won 3-2. The first goal didn't come until the 80th minute. Coventry took the lead. Saints equalising on 86. Took the lead in extra time on 104 minutes. Coventry made it 2-2 on 116, and then with just a minute to play, Saints popped up with a winner, and it was Don Ballard with a hat-trick that evening as well. We're going to see some drama here tonight. We've seen 2 goals so far, 1 for either side. Siri with a throw. The head there of Rodriguez Gentile. I was saying earlier about those 5 goals he scored as a long ball forward. There's 5 goals he scored against Rotherham in the FA Youth Cup. Rodriguez Gentile, and they were all different kind of goals as well. It was a remarkable afternoon for him. This is only the second time Preston North End are playing at Deepdale this season, the youth team. They've played there against Rotherham as well. Rodriguez Gentile just receiving some treatment down there. So this is going to be the first real stoppage of the game so far. Chance to recap, have a look at how Southampton took the lead early on in this game. They were already knocking on the door up to that point. It's probably their 3rd real good chance. It was a free kick, and it was brilliantly dispatched from Doyle. But then round about 10 minutes later, the home side with a good run forward there from Siri, forcing the foul. And there's Mawene who did the rest. So we're evenly poised. Rodriguez Gentile is going to be okay by the looks of things, which will be a relief to the home side, that's for sure. Well, Theo Walcott has been sharing his memories with Don Ballard of that time when Saints got to the FA Youth Cup final 17 years ago. That's on our website, southamptonfc.com, if you want to check that out at half-time. It's a good chat between the two of them. Here's Davis. Slater with the foul. On ball from Hewlett. Wallbank out of play. Moa Mile. And he found Ballard. There's Davis. Referee's going to have a word here with Sonny Davis. It's Rodriguez Gentile on the floor. I think more frustration really, wasn't it, from Sonny Davis more than anything. Good firm punch there for Mohammed. Josh Seary, he's a versatile player, Seary. He's playing right wing tonight, but he can play in a number of positions across the pitch. The second-year scholar. He's also had a loan spell at Warrington Town earlier on in the campaign, first half of the season, which of course will have done him the world of good, that senior football. Here's Davis, good ball now. Can Saints take advantage here? He stays on side here, Dibbling. Dibbling across, just couldn't quite find the pass to a Saints player. Bragg was in there just outside the 6-yard box. First real chance for a while, that one. It's been a fairly quiet last 15 minutes, but it came to life there. Broke the offside trap. Mawene. And then there's Crossadere with the final shot. Well, there it is again. Well, he did well to break the offside trap in the first place, but again, to be fair, there was 5 Preston North End players there, wasn't there, really, inside the 6-yard box, just camped inside. Here's Davis. Ballard might shoot here. Let's list the opportunity. Amo a mile. Bragg back to Andrews. Or a mile plays a 1-2. Oh, it's a shame really in the end, just a bit too weighty from Dibbling. Again, you could tell, couldn't you? He was thinking about trying to slot it into the bottom corner, but it was at a bit of an angle. Did the right thing to pull it back, just couldn't quite find a Saints shirt, and that was literally 20 seconds later. Through Crossadere. Doyle. It's gone away here though. Gentile can't, fortunately for Saints, can't quite play it back to Crossadere. And Sonny Davis heads it behind, corner kick. A reminder then, the men's are in action, the senior team, Southampton. 5:30 kick-off on Saturday, at home to Leicester. Audio commentary, southamptonfc.com. Adam Blackmore, Joe Tesson. It's going to be Syria with the corner. Is Slater. And out from Doyle. Wins a free kick. And then I'll be at the women's game on Sunday for Southampton FC Women away at Charlton at the Valley. That's the first time Saints Women are going to be in action for 3 weeks, but looking to push for the title with just 8 games to go. 3rd place, 7 points off top of the table. And we'll have live audio commentary of that one on southamptonfc.com. on Sunday afternoon. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff. In fact, that's where it started for Saints Women at the start of the season, the Championship, when they lost at home to Charlton at St Mary's Stadium. Looking to get one over their opponents this Sunday. Here's Dibbling. Ballard, oh, just a little inch too far for him in the end. Be heading soon into stoppage time. Again, it's all coming from Dibbling again, isn't it? Did well to turn 180 degrees. Once again, it's Doyle. Just a reminder, this tie will be decided tonight one way or another. Back from Hewlett, Amoa Mile. Doyle. Straight at Siri in the end. I think they might win the corner. They do from Rodriguez Gentile's cross. It'll be a one last chance before half time. Came off the foot of Magoma in the end. Goes Gentile, and the shot, trying to get the shot away there, Taylor. So just 2 minutes in the first half. Here's Doyle. Saints, this would be the perfect time to score and change both managers' team talk if Saints can take advantage here. Davis. There's Bragg out left. A mile. He's got Magoma on the overlap. Davis. Infield to Andrews. Andrews to Davis. To Bragg. Can they find one last opening before the interval? Here's Dibbling. Lovely 1-2. Dibbling now just got away from him in the end. Well, just seconds to go then before the break. Amoa Mayor. One back from Mawene. So there we go, all to play for in the second half. In this FA Youth Cup quarter-final, nothing to separate the two sides so far. Lots of chances being created from Southampton. Preston have kind of grown into the game as well, you'd say, and they found that equaliser. This is how Saints took the lead. A beautiful free kick from Doyle, make no mistake whatsoever, and credit has to go as well to Sonny Davis, who won that free kick in the first place, who made a good driving run, won the foul, wanted to take it at first, left it for Doyle. Doyle did the rest, but here we are. This was about 10 minutes later, the home side taking the lead. It was a good run from Siri, who was fouled, and then there was Mawene. As penalties go, they don't get much better really. Found his spot, and there we go, 1-1. And all to play for. A reminder, if things stay as they are after 90 minutes, we will be heading for extra time and penalties. This could get tense. It could get very tense indeed. We'll have live second half coverage to come very soon, in just under a quarter of an hour's time. Half time here though at Deepdale. It is Preston North End 1, Southampton 1. In the quarter-finals of the FA Youth Cup. 1-1 the scoreline here at half-time between Preston North End and Southampton. Saints taking the lead from Kamari Doyle with a great free kick early on, being pegged back in the first half through a penalty from Mweni. Well, Preston North End have come from behind every game in their FA Cup journey so far to win their matches. They're looking to do it a fourth time. They beat Rotherham at home, and their away games at Gillingham and Luton in the previous round, when they actually went 1-0 down. Rodriguez, Gentile and Crossadere, and then Best with a stunning strike to seal the victory. So Andrews is coming off, and Squires is coming on, so a midfielder for a midfielder coming on at half time. So Squires is coming onto the pitch for Saints. So Squires into the mix, and let's see what happens in the second half. A big evening for both of these sides here. We're on the Saints FC Facebook page, YouTube channel, club website southamptonfc.com, as well as tonight on the Preston North End YouTube channel as well. So very good evening if you are watching on any of those platforms. The Southampton head clear. So just the one change then for Saints at half time, and Doyle plays it forward as Bragg goes out towards that right hand side. Taylor back for North End. And headed out of play from Will Armitage. Well, saying in the first half, that 1-0 win at West Brom in the last league game was a decent win for Southampton. West Bromwich Albion reduced to 10 men as well in that game. But West Ham awaits the winners of this tie tonight. West Ham away in the next round. It's a competition which attracts more than 400 entrants from across the country. The 71st edition of the tournament. And Hewlett finds Bragg to Squires. Just a little bit too far in the end for Amoa Mayor, who's looked decent as well in the first half. And Saints, who started the season with a 3-3 draw at home to Aston Villa back in August. Nothing to separate these two scoreline wise so far tonight. It's foul on Kamara. Kadeem Kamara actually travelled with the first team early on in the season to Wolves in the League Cup. He's also pretty multi-talented as well. He's also a 12-time champion kickboxer and a national champion boxer, so not one to be messed with, that's for sure. Here's Siri. And Hewlett, the captain. Bragg just gives it away. Here's Kamara. Siri. Doyle. Don Ballard. Imagine he's going to get a real chance at some point, you think, tonight. Don Ballard. And you'd fancy him to take it. Here is Doyle. He might get the chance now. Oh, my goodness me. Not to be that time. Lovely football to put him through. I think that's what you call the commentator's curse there, but you did fancy him to get a chance, but hopefully next time, getting himself into the right areas in behind the defence. As Sonny Davis back towards Mohammed in the Southampton goal. Slater. Amora Mile. Doyle. Ball down from Nelson, now through ball here. This is a chance for Adair. Decent ball in, and then there's a chance for Rodriguez Gentile. It's been an open start to the second half, and it all stemmed through from that great ball down that left-hand side towards Adair. Well, it was put in from Siri and it was headed on to Rodriguez Gentile, who would have fancied himself from there, and also Ballard as well. Two players getting themselves into the right kind of positions, but neither being able to find the target, both in the space of 2 minutes. And Dibbling wins a throw. A mile. Well, so many players have come through that Southampton production line over the years. Is there going to be a few gems coming through from this generation? It's a talented crop of players, this one. They can follow in the footsteps of the likes of Bale, Shearer, Letitia. That would be quite some doing. But in the meantime, here's Slater for North End. FA Youth Cup quarter-finals tonight. Preston against Southampton. The challenge from Sonny Davis. We have time for Marmitage to Ballard. More a mile. Could have got there close to doing so, but not to be in the end. Dibbling to Ballard. Now, can this be taken advantage of? Here's Doyle. Amora Mile, Magoma. There's Bragg infield towards Ballard, but Preston North End win it back. Out left from Rodriguez Gentile. Well, it's certainly worth a go from there. Fancied his chances. Could easily have taken a deflection along the way as well, but goal kick. And now here's Warbank with the pass, and here he is again. Away from Hewlett. Yeah, done well there, brought down. Good defending. And Hewlett wins the free kick. Excellent professional defending from him there. Him and Armitage have been as solid as anything so far tonight. Saying about Saints last season, how well they did. They actually won their last 6 league games to steal the South title, with wins against Palace, Chelsea, Leicester and Reading amongst others. And they're on a good run of form in the league this season as well. But here in the FA Youth Cup, nothing to separate these two sides. Oh, it's a bit of a coming together afterwards. It was the substitute Squires that the referee's going to have a word with. So we're going to have a word with the Preston North End goal scorer with a penalty as well, Mwenni. Another look at that again. It was a well-timed challenge in the first place there from Squires, and then that was a reaction from Siri afterwards on the touchline. It's always going to be quite a passionate affair tonight with what's at stake. Ballard on the chase. There's Dibbling. Dibbling back to Davis. Squires. Here's Ballard. And he's going to win the free kick. As well as beating West Brom recently, they've also beaten Arsenal, West Ham and Aston Villa, Southampton in recent weeks. But not much really in it between these two in the second half so far, really, you'd say. It's Doyle to take the free kick. And there's Ballard who gets a touch to it. And it's signalled for a goal kick. Another good ball in though from Doyle, you have to say. Ballard rising there up against Warbank. Warbank just did enough to put him off there, got a touch himself. Finley Warbank, who is playing as a right back tonight, but he's been moved to centre back as well at times throughout the campaign. There's Bragg. Brought down the line this time is Crossadair. So, as ever, it's going to be Siri to take this corner, and it becomes nervy now as we head into the final half an hour of this game. We may have a lot more tonight if it stays level. We could have extra time and penalties. Long way to go yet, though. Out from Slater, in from Siri. Headed on from Hewlett for Southampton. Corner kick for the home side. Well, Siri's put a number of decent balls into the box tonight. That was another one which could cause some real problems. Slater. Headed on again then from Hewlett. Play there, Ballard can't quite get there though the second time. It could be in here. Oh, he sorted that well. Brilliant defending from Hewlett there. Under pressure from Rodriguez Gentile. Squires. Here's Doyle. Davis. And then that goes back to Ballard. Ballard to Dibbling. To Doyle. To Dibbling. Bragg to Doyle. Might open up here. See what he was trying to do. Unselfishly played it in towards Ballard. Ballard again though. Under pressure from the Preston North End defence. They're doing well there. Two solid centre backs for Preston North End tonight. Out from Mawene. And the shot comes in from Slater. Well, you wouldn't want to predict. You'd be very brave to do so the way this is going tonight. How this one is going to pan out. It really is starting to open up now. And credit here must go to Hewlett as well at the back. Tremendous defending. And then this was the other chance. And Slater, who likes to take on his fullbacks like he does there, comes back from a fullback position himself. Took on Davis, had the shot over the crossbar. And now the home side are going to come forward again. Well, that one comes off Armitage. It's a corner kick. So more defending to do here for Southampton. Once again, there's Hewlett with the header. Another deep ball into the box. And that was a real opportunity for Taylor, who should really have hit the target from there. Keon Taylor. Well, they're getting closer, Preston North End, the way this game is going. Again, they're putting some really consistent good balls into the penalty area. And Taylor, who was on the score sheet once last season, but it was an all-important one against Blackpool last season for the Under-19s. Scored the winning goal last campaign, which the Preston fans will certainly have been happy about. Here's Amoromayo though, looking to get Southampton on the attack here. Magoma with the cross. Ballard with the header, dibbling just behind him. Headed on there from Armitage. Through ball, just too far there for Crossadare. Mohammed. Forward from Hewlett. Back out left, Slater with the cross. Magoma clears. Foul that time on Hewlett. Well, no substitutes have been made yet so far for Preston North End. We had the one at half-time with Squires coming on for Andrews, the defensive midfielder, but he can also play centre-back and right-back as well. Squires, another versatile player for Saints. Up to Ballard. Well, when Saints last got through to the semi-finals in 2006, they actually beat Wolves over 2 legs. And they had a number of players came through as well who eventually went and played first team football. Wayne Hennessy played for Wolves over the legs, and then also it was Mark Davis who had a career at Wolves before going on to Bolton Wanderers. As I said in the first half, Saints had a flurry of players coming through that season. Now then, here's Doyle. He might even go all the way. He does go all the way. He's got his brace. More magic from Kamari Doyle. You just cannot stop him. He's going to put Saints 2-1 up with 20 minutes to go. And is that the goal that books their place through to the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup? Absolutely brilliant from Kamari Doyle. And you never doubt him in those situations. It was a brilliant run from him. It was absolutely fantastic. The space he created for himself to find the bottom corner. He did exactly that. Well, there was no end to this. What he can do, Kamari Doyle. He just kept going and going and going, and you just knew when he got himself into that position with the space that he had that he was going to take full advantage. He was more than capable of doing so. He's done exactly that, and now Saints have 20 minutes to hold on and book their place in the next round if they're to do so, because Preston will come at them again as they have been so far in the second half. What a talent he is. Kamari Doyle on the substitutes bench last night against Grimsby for the senior team in the FA Cup. With Ballard who came on. Here is Doyle again. Amoromayo. Doyle's making the run as well. Kamari Doyle to his right. Ballard to his left. Finds Ballard. Ballard might shoot here. Ballard does. And that would look in a create a cushion between the two, and their second goal in 2 minutes he was looking for, not to be that time. Oh, that was a chance again to try and make it 3-1. Kamari Doyle, he scored two absolutely superb goals tonight. One a fantastic solo goals you've just seen there, a free kick earlier on in the first half. And Wallbank is coming off for the first substitution for Preston North End tonight. Eccleston is coming on. He's a forward, Eccleston, who can also play on the wing. He's got an eye for goal, but it's an attacking-looking substitution there for the away side, or for the home side, I should say. FA Youth Cup quarter-finals. Saints have that 2-1 lead now then. Here's Nelson. Mulwenny. First chance for Eccleston, who's going to put the cross in. Well, saying about Doyle's influence tonight, he's now been involved in the previous two ties, this one and the last tie against Fulham, in all 5 goals. He created both goals for Ballard in the previous round and scored himself. Here is Ballard. And it's Magoma. Hewlett out to Magoma. Ballard again. Magoma back to Hewlett. Saints looking for that third goal, which would surely seal victory and book their place into the semi-finals. As we say though, we've seen a lot of pressure from Preston North End here in the second half. They've had a chance, particularly from Taylor, who put it over from just outside the 6-yard box. Here's Bragg. Moore is offside on that occasion. Armitage with a header. Here's Squires. Squires wins a free kick. We'll see about they beat Coventry in the third round. They also beat Aston Villa 4-1 Southampton in the fourth round. Dibbling scored twice. Morgan on the score sheet twice as well. This time it's Crossadere who's fouled. They were 4-0 up after 69 minutes against Aston Villa. Just kept his heels in the air there, Squires. And they have been the comeback kings this season, Preston North End, there's no doubt about that. Also, as well as in the Cup, they've rescued a few points in the league as well. It's best to take the free kick. despite his best efforts there. Taylor's not going to keep it in play. Forward it comes now. Wenny in with a cross. Just evaded a couple of players, including Rodriguez Gentile, who was in there. That will do for Southampton. Squires wins a throw. So Sofian Ouameni's on the bench with Letts and Jeffries for Southampton. Merry, Higgs and Chavez Munoz also on the substitutes bench as other options for Saints tonight. Here's Squires. Bragg out left to Magoma. 2 goals from Doyle. Means Saints have that slender lead. Hewlett. Forward to Eccleston. And there he is again, that man. He's been everywhere tonight, hasn't he, really, Hewlett?
Substitution for Preston North End, coming off in the 10, Kit Nelson.
So Nelson's coming off, and it's going to be Wilson who's coming on. Kit Nelson has put in a good shift tonight. He also was a huge contribution to their double winning season last season, Preston North End. Been at the club since under-9s. He's also got fantastic dribbling ability, but he comes off there and Wilson comes on. Bragg is ordered off the pitch to receive some treatment. That is going to be the end of his evening. And Sofian Ouameni is going to come on for Southampton. So Bragg, just a bit of a shoulder injury there by the looks of things, having to come off. Nervy times for Southampton. We're heading into the final 10 minutes very soon. Every touch there from Wilson. Saints will hope they can avoid extra time and penalties. They've got just over 10 minutes to see the job through. Here's Dibbling. Crossadere. Chance here for Rodriguez there, Gentile. Just couldn't quite get the shot away. Well, it's certainly been shared around the winners of the FA Youth Cup over the years, as it just gets enough on it there, Armitage. It was Manchester United last year beating Nottingham Forest. It was Aston Villa the year before beating Liverpool. Before that it was Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea. Here's a chance now, though. A real chance for Ballard. And Ballard has surely sealed it. And Saints are surely heading through to the semi-finals. He had to get on the score sheet eventually, didn't he, Don Ballard? And he's done exactly that. And just like in the last tie, it's Ballard and Doyle scoring tonight. And Southampton now have a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 here at Deepdale. Well, it was beautiful stuff again. And once again, they're combining Doyle and Ballard. And once again, Doyle has been involved in a goal. So a 6th goal in 2 ties against Fulham and now against Preston. Kamari Doyle has been involved in all 6 goals. This time turning provider. And there's Don Ballard. And what a big night this could be in these young players' lives as well. 2006, the last time they reached the semi-finals. A lot of these players weren't even born the last time Saints got there. The oldest they would have been was about 18 months old. The Saints are now on the brink, but they have to stay focused because Preston could score here, and they don't because of more brilliant defending again from Hewlett. Putting bodies on the line. Well, Eccleston thought he'd scored. Inside of the foot. Can they make things even better? Here's Amoa Maio's offside that time. Just a flag went up in the end. Not to be on that occasion. But what a position Saints have put themselves into now. Headed on to Wilson. Here's Doyle again, just got a little bit away from him in the end, but every time he gets the ball, Doyle is just always seems to have so much space on the ball, which is credit to him. Here's Ballard. Well, it's a long way home for Southampton, but they're certainly going to enjoy it if things stay as they are. It's not done and dusted just yet, though. But how good a position have they put themselves in here, Saints? And Preston North End again, they came out well second half, the home side. Certainly causing Saints lots of problems, and it could easily have been 2-1 to the home side. And that's one of a few chances they've had in the second half there. Eccleston with one, Taylor earlier on in the second half, he put it over the bar. Rodriguez Gentile's had an opportunity as well from close range. They're putting some good balls in the box, and Siri has been excellent for them, I think, tonight as well. The balls that he's been putting in consistently. I'll be pleased with that Ballard as well, because he had that chance early in the second half where he put it over, where you'd fancy him. Now here's Doyle. Amoa Maio.
Substitution for Southampton coming off number 9, Dominic Ballard.
And Ballard is coming off. And what a performance from him again tonight. Capped off with a goal, the 3rd goal of the game. That's his 6th goal in this competition now, Don Ballard, this season.
And coming on number 17, Will Merry.
Will Merry's coming on for him. Ballard has got 3 against Coventry, 1 against Villa, 1 against Fulham. He scored in every round so far. And he scored one at Preston North End to make it 6 goals in 4 games in the FA Youth Cup this season. Took a deflection along the way, which helped it into the back of the net for Saints. On this Saints FC stream tonight, which, as you're saying, also on the Preston YouTube channel, Davis goes long. And off the foot of Wilson, who was the second player to come on tonight. Also came off the bench in their previous round against Luton. And a fantastic 3-2 win that was for Preston North End. But it's Saints who are well in control as things stand, heading into the final few minutes. Dibbling. Sefiano Oumi is Merry. Ramuni, square, Squires. Samoa Amayo, who's brought down that time, wins the free kick. Well, it's a foul from Amo on Amayo there from Crossadair, who made the challenge. And he's going to leave it this time for Hewlett to take the free kick. Here's Davis. Hewlett to Magoma. Headed on from Armitage. It's a chance for Eccleston, who drags it back. And that might have been the chance, really, for North End to set up a grandstand finish. They couldn't take it from Crossadair. And you wonder now how many more chances they're going to get. That might be one of the last chances they had, as I say, to make it tense at the end. But 3-1 it stays to Southampton. Hasn't been a huge lot of stoppage. I can't imagine there'd be more than 4 minutes of injury time to come. We'll find out in a minute. There's Dibbling. Doyle there, looking for his hat-trick. Couldn't quite find him though. Out of play from Hewlett. Well, nearly out of play. So the flag's up, and it means that Southampton can move a little bit closer to the next round as the seconds tick down. Davis to a mile to Dibbling. So 4 minutes of added time indicated from the fourth official, which we're into now. Is Siri. Well, two very late goals from Fulham made it nervy at the end against Southampton in the previous round. Forward it comes now to Southampton in possession here with Merry. Merry to Dibbling. And Amoa Mile, with his work rate, has been pretty impressive tonight, and he wins the corner. Came off. The goalkeeper got a touch to it in the end, for a deflection off Best. Hewlett clears. Dibbling. We're a mile on possession now. So we're nearly halfway through stoppage time here. Southampton are very close. They can reach out and touch it. A place in the semi-finals. Magoma. It's all square at the break then. North End equalising from that penalty. You did feel the way the second half was shaping up that it would be Preston North End who were looking the more likely to score at one stage. Magic from Doyle making the difference in the end with a free kick and a great solo goal, and turning provider for Ballard to make it 3-1, to make things more comfortable. 60 seconds Southampton have got now. And in a minute's time, it is going to be quite the celebration amongst these Southampton players. It's probably one of those, they'll probably only look back in a few years' time when they realise just what a good achievement it is to reach the semi-finals of this stage of the competition. Siri going in for the challenge there. Wins the free kick, Saints. And you felt with the character North End have shown this season that they had a good chance of making it 2-2 at one stage, having come from behind so many times, but seconds away now. Here's Hewlett. Well, it was a surprise last season when Saints went out at the first hurdle in the third round to Sheffield Wednesday, but they've got a lot further this year. They've got to the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup for the first time since 2006. And it's a terrific achievement for Saints, who in the end were well deserved of their win to go through to the semi-finals. It's a terrific achievement from everybody at Southampton to get to where they've got to, and they book a place away at West Ham United as they try and get into the final. What an achievement that would be. The likes of Walcott and Lallana and Bale were part of that squad that got there against Wolves in the semi-finals 17 years ago. Well, this is a special crop of players here as well, who have guided Saints to the last four, and who knows how far they could go from here. This is how Saints took the lead. It was Kamari Doyle early on. It was brilliant, and he was determined to take that free kick, and he delivered. Then Preston North End, around about the 20-minute mark, won that penalty. It was a good run forward there, no complaints as far as the penalty is concerned. Siri brought down, Mwenni taking it brilliantly. But then just when Preston North End, you felt like they were putting Saints under a lot of pressure, then it became quite 50-50, and then this moment of brilliance once more from Kamari Doyle. A great solo goal, and then he turned provider. Pass to Ballard. Ballard did the rest. That's his 6th goal in the competition this season, having scored in all 4 ties, as Saints book their place in the semi-finals away at West Ham United. It's going to be a big occasion. Preston North End, credit to them to get to where they've got to as well, with those good wins against the likes of Gillingham, Rotherham and Luton. But in the end it was Saints who progress, and they go through to the semi-finals. Thank you very much for watching this evening with this live stream here, the Saints FC stream, also on the Preston YouTube channel as well. However you've been watching, thank you very much indeed. It finished here though. The Saints go through. Preston 1,